Mario is celebrating his 35th anniversary, and Nintendo is celebrating that by releasing a lot of Mario, one of which is the Super Mario 3D All-Stars, where we get 3 Mario games re-released in a collection. So that got me thinking, let's look at all the 3D Mario games, and let's rank them. So that's what we're gonna do. We're ranking all 8 3D Mario games, ranked from worst to best. Anyways, before we get started, you know what to do. Be sure to like this video, subscribe for your notifications, and leave a comment. You'll be a loyal subscriber.
So I'm going to be giving this flavor 8.5 out of 10 scoops.
We start off with one game that I almost didn't include because I'm not sure if it counts, but I'm counting it. That game is Super Mario 64 DS. Hot take. Super Mario 64 DS is the best Mario Party game. The mini-games are what I played the most in this game, at least when I was younger. However, when it comes to playing the actual remake of the 3D platformer, it does leave a little to be desired. One thing that is really cool is that you get to play as not only Mario, but also Luigi, Wario, and Yoshi, because fuck Waluigi, I guess. And there are many aspects to this game that makes it a great remake, but controlling it is just not that fun. Using the D-pad in a 3D platformer should never even come to fruition ever. It just feels weird and was a huge deal breaker for many people. That really does suck because just about everything else to this game is awesome and seems like a worthy remake of Super Mario 64. But controlling a 3D platformer with a D-pad is just not fun. Despite all that though, I don't actually hate this game like most people do. It does rank the lowest on this list though.
36.
Very close, but that's not it. Let's go to Gary the Retard. What number between 2 and 4?
We go from one handheld game to another with Super Mario 3D Land. Now I remember playing the shit out of this game when I was younger, but in comparison to some of the later games on this list, it's perfectly fine. Now don't get me wrong, Super Mario 3D Land is a solid game, and it was sort of a stepping stone between the 2D and 3D games. It's also a game with very gimmicky puzzles and stuff, and is actually one of the few 3DS games that actually took advantage of the 3D on the 3DS. The game itself is great. Comparison to the rest of the games here though, it's just fine. This was one game that got people kind of sick of the Mario formula it stuck to in terms of the worlds, at least, and didn't, explore other avenues like some of the later games you'll see on this list. However, the game is so much fun. This game is definitely fun, but not as good as some of the rest.
Okay, Mrs. Puff, what's my final score?
6. We go from Super Mario 3D Land to Super Mario 3D World. Super Mario 3D World is really good, and some problems people had with 3D Land are definitely present in 3D World, but I personally feel 3D World is a much bigger game in scope and has a lot more to offer, and I even thought it was the best Wii U game to not come to the Switch. Well, that is until very recently, of course. It even reminds me of Super Mario Bros. 2, where you can choose between Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Peach. That's right, we're not saving the princess's ass this time. She's helping saving fairies. You also get to unlock Rosalina as a playable character, which at the time seemed a bit gimmicky, for lack of a better term, but like in the way that she was sort of being shoved down your throats and everything. She was being included in all the Mario spin-offs, but it's still a nice addition. Despite all that, Super Mario 3D World is a great game with a lot to offer and even looks fantastic. But just like 3D Land, it's just not as good as the next 5 games on the list, since the next 5 are the 3D Mario games people seem to be looking for.
Oh, chills. Literal chills.
It was number 5. Number 5.
Oh my god, I forgot about
Super Mario Sunshine, I'd say, was probably the first Mario game that explored a different atmosphere and different game mechanics, and it came with differing reactions. It's probably the most divisive Mario game, but I am on the side that it doesn't suck. I think it was also more that Sunshine followed up 64, in terms of, like, 3D Mario games, and that was one of the most influential video games ever made. But I'd say Sunshine might have even aged better than 64. As opposed to exploring the usual Mushroom Kingdom and everything of the sort, we explore the Isle of Delfino. Instead of having stuff like a Fire Flower or anything like that, we have the Flood. It's definitely a great game, but it has flaws. There are flaws with the Flood and those cutscenes, my god. But Super Mario Sunshine is a flawed, but really great and enjoyable game.
Seven, 5.
As I've already mentioned, Super Mario 64 is one of the most influential video games of all time. It's not higher because it hasn't aged the best, well, with its camera and everything like that, but its importance in gaming history cannot be denied. While definitely not the first of its kind, Super Mario 64 defined what a 3D platformer is and essentially introduced a camera into video games. The fact that Miyamoto and his team got this on their first go is even greater. Honestly, I can go on and on and on about how much this game has to offer, like cool bosses and a 3D world that works, a camera that works, memorable moments in the game, and way more, but I don't want this video to be, too long. So Super Mario 64 is definitely a game that every gamer, I feel, should have a chance to play. Okay, let's take Mario and put him in space. Super Mario Galaxy was incredibly experimental and risky, but completely paid off. First off, the idea of putting Mario in space actually opens up the door for many opportunities. There are already more different worlds you can explore with the space setting, and Nintendo sure did that. The mechanics and motion controls, which actually feel nice, also make the game very different to play for most Mario games. It was actually one of the first Wii games to be in HD as well, and it holds up very well today. You can argue that Sunshine was the successor to 64, and in a way it was, but you could also argue that Galaxy was the successor to 64, or Odyssey was the successor to 64. I think Galaxy is definitely a worthy one at that.
What kind of pencil do we take again?
Number 2. Take a number 2.
Looks like you took a big number.
If I can say that Galaxy is the closest thing to a worthy successor to 64, Galaxy 2 is an even more worthy successor to Galaxy 1. With Super Mario Galaxy 2, Nintendo did something very rare. It would be like if we got a sequel to Odyssey 3 years after Odyssey 1. Wait, that would be this year. Why is Galaxy 2 so much better than Galaxy 1, you may ask? Well, I feel this is Galaxy 1, but cranked up to 11, and the use of Yoshi in the game adds a new layer to the gameplay. That's not to mention other mechanics, and the music, and the level design as well. Galaxy 2 is a rare occasion where we actually got a direct sequel to a 3D Mario game, and that shows just how good Galaxy 1 is, and just how fantastic Galaxy 2 is, makes us all want every 3D Mario game to get that treatment. Hey Nintendo, stop ignoring this one. This was a tough one between this one and Galaxy 2. But who knew that after a nice little break and the jump to the Switch would come with Super Mario Odyssey, the best 3D Mario game ever. This is the most different from any other Mario game when it comes to the atmosphere. Worlds I never expected, like a dinosaur world, a dragon world, and even a fucking real world, like Metropolitan. Goddamn. Odyssey's campaign may be short, but has tons of replay value with the amount of moons to collect. It also looks gorgeous, and the jazz theme, the Jump Up Superstar. I remember when this game first came out, and everyone was singing that. I think we can all agree that Super Mario Odyssey is everything ever wanted in a 3D Mario game, and that's why it's number 1. So that was this list. Do you agree with me? Guys, sound like Watch Mojo here. But seriously, this was the ranking of all 8 3D Mario games from worst to best. Now, I guess this ranking isn't too impressive. It's just 8 games, but what is your ranking? You comment down below and tell me your ranking. And hell, I might have even missed one. I'm pretty sure I got all 8 of them. Hell, maybe even an extra one, 64DS. But let me know. Anyways, be sure to like this video, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.